What's going on, guys? It's your boy Mutupi, and yes, we are back onto another YouTube video. So on Tuesday, I'm recording multiple videos. I don't know why, but I just felt like just pushing through. So I just saw this also being a nice view, so I was like, you know what, why not share the video, why not share as much as possible, because I could see that even the last few days I didn't upload as much. So I was like, you know what, let's push, let's actually put in the work. So yeah, on today's video we are going to be speaking about how I actually started trading Nasdaq, and some of the things actually did change with me. Not only did change with me, but also my life, because yes, I noticed that a lot of people are only too focused on Nasdaq. So Nasdaq is actually not the only index that you can make profits from. There's like literally also currency pairs that have a higher value, pip rate, pip value, let's put it that way, because most people, we are chasing pips. So pips are the only thing that we are looking for. So once you're able to catch a pip, but it's actually the difference of price that it brings us to, let's say, not 200 pips on, let's say, Euro USD, for instance. It's not going to be the same as 200 pips on Nasdaq. It's not going to be the same as 200 pips on US30. But once I started putting myself into trading Nasdaq, once I started involving myself into trading indices, that's when it actually gave me a shift. I started learning more about different types of indices. I started learning more about time frames, when they work, what are the companies that influence this. Started learning more about what news are saying about those companies. Started learning more about some of the things that would be able to take my trading into becoming maybe profitable. Not only profitable, but because I was already profitable when I traded Nasdaq, but become profitable with understanding that whole information that is around the markets that I'm trading, and just so I can be able to implement it into my strategy that I've decided that I'm going to implement that, and then move forward with all that information, on which for most people it's not simple. It's not simple, like trading something that you've never traded before, especially when you come from currencies. But once you start to implement your strategy, you notice that it's not really, it's actually very simple to understand, because it's not too confusing. Because at the end of the day, what I've done is that I used the same strategy that I've been using all along. And what I've done is that I started while using it, yes, I've been making profits and so on, but I also was like, what, let me try to see more strategies that I do have, because I come from a very great background of let's say trading, because I've traded I've seen how supply demand works. I know my candlesticks, I know different types of strategies, such as your advanced patterns, your price action strategies, some of the indicator strategies, because I did try multiple things back then. So I was like, what, let me not confuse myself and try to see everything if they work. Let me already see what's working and see how I can play around with what's working. So that's when I took my strategy, I put it into Nasdaq. You can see the first videos that I do have. I remember the first video that I have is I tried Nasdaq trading, and actually blew an account off. My lady here, she's busy doing her thing, but yeah, let's just represent. Baby girl, do you wanna represent all the youngsters? No. Young lady, oh okay, she doesn't want to represent. Okay, she doesn't want to represent all the young ladies out there that are hustling, that are doing their thing. But yeah,
no, I do want to represent. I'm just not dressed up properly.
Okay, she's not dressed up properly. We came back from the gym. Remember that on the from the beach. I'm thinking gym now. But yeah, let me not get carried away with what my lady is doing or saying. But let me just focus on just that. I remember the first video that I uploaded. I showed you guys and I was like representing. I took a negative 1.5. I blew an account, and it was a bit more hectic. But one thing that I was able to go through is that it's also people that don't see. I had money to reinvest into trying out trading Nasdaq. Someone out there doesn't have 1,500 rands to try out again into Nasdaq. Once your 1,500 rands is gone. So those are things that you need to focus on. You need to see. Let's say if now you don't have this specific amount of capital, that means you can put all that money into trading it. You need to see where you can invest it in. Let's say if you're profitable already on currencies, try to take that money, let's say to 2,000-3,000, and then from there maybe just withdraw money that you're going to specifically try out Nasdaq with, and then see if it's profitable for you. Because just because people are trading and making money off of it doesn't mean that you also have to do the same. Remember, those are one of the key principles that you need to keep with trading. Just now when people are posting about Bitcoin, they're making money off Bitcoin, all these things, that doesn't mean that you also have to jump in Bitcoin and hope to make money, because that's not where your plate is at. Your plate is not, my plate is not at your plate, and your plate is not at my plate. We don't have the same plate. We have different types of plates. That's where your food is at. So you don't be looking for food where I go to hunt. It doesn't work that way. I've got my areas whereby I hunted. That's my territory. You can do the same on your side and build that up and start to, focus on, I don't know, but I actually wanted to speak a bit more about that. So those are things that you need to see. Those are things that you need to think of. But not only that, let's speak a bit more about what it actually evolved me to. So after trading it, after seeing all the things, after learning what I've been through, after loving the pip value that it came with, it forced me to want to know more about indices. So that's when I went into your US 30s, your DEX. I went into S&P 500. I went into oil. I went into what's that other one? I'm not too sure if I still remember all those other ones that I was looking into. But I went into a lot of things. It pushed me to a lot of indices out there, a lot of markets. Let me not say indices, a lot of markets. And then I was like, what? Let me try to see, since most people are now into Nasdaq and stuff, let me see one that I'm comfortable with. Not because people are trading it, but because I'm comfortable with. I remember I got into DEX. I love DEX till this day. I trade DEX. I found profitable strategies on which was only support, resistance. How I actually use my support and the resistance. Remember, I've got a video on why I don't use support and the resistance, because it's literally everywhere. But the way that I actually plot my ones, it's like the most recent structure, the most recent low, high, whatever. And that's how I draw mine. So I employed such strategies, and I saw myself to be profitable. I was like, wow, excited. I pushed my account. I pushed my account over. I remember I had a goal of having my trading account. It's actually a ZA account. I had a goal of having it over 100,000 by the year end. This year end, I started that account with. It's the same account that I started with 5,000 rands. I was like, I want to make it to be over 100,000 rands. I done that in like 3 days. Not 100,000 now. I pushed it to over 60,000. In like 40,000, somewhere around there, in like 3 days. I was like, shit, this is real. Like, I'm dreaming small. Let me expand my dreamings. And now I've got my account with over like 1 million on it now, and I'm excited, because I started that account with like literally nothing. And I wouldn't say, because obviously if I say that I started, let's say 5,000 rands, then I push it over to 1 million, then I'll be lying, because there were times whereby I was like, shit, I don't believe it, let me withdraw this money. Then I'd withdraw it, I'd keep it to myself. I'd reinvest it into my trading account. And then what I've done is that obviously I now had to evolve and put my account into, let's say, a dollar account, and also a ZA account. The ZA account, I don't really focus too much onto it, but I focus more on the dollar account. And then now it's just about me trading it nicely, just focusing on, like just playing a bit more with that. And there will be times whereby I just take some small capital, I put it into another account, and then I just play with those accounts, on which it happens once in a while, now and then. So yeah, after that, it actually done that. But it's not only Nasdaq. I wouldn't give credits to Nasdaq, because I was able to come up with US30 along the way. I loved US30. I still love US30, because US30 actually, with US30, it was before I had, before I moved up from my state, before I had my beautiful car, before I literally, seen large amounts of money in me. But once I started trading US30, once I started making good money off of US30, because it was tough of me to make, $2,000 days, $30,000 days without risking big. So I started risking small, but I'll close literally $1,500, $2,000 now and then. Days would be consistent, and I'd be like, shit, some of these things I'm not even sharing with people, because I'm not making good money, and I'm not too comfortable with how people would be able, because I'm also one of the things that doesn't allow me to share. It's I've got good friends. I've got friends that are close to me. So when I share that today I made maybe 50,000 rands, maybe today I made 100,000 rands. Obviously those things attract also people that would come with bad intentions. So I don't share much. I only share when I want to share, on which it's only on those specific days. And then other days it's just like abras. It's hunger times. It's hunger times. Those are things that I do. But you have to be there. You have to be smart with how you move in the streets. So yeah, we pushed it, US30, it pushed me, it allowed me to make some great profits from the markets. I was excited, I tried to share my strategy with my friends. They loved it, they seen profits too, they seen progress too. And then I was like, what, let me just focus more on learning it and being able to employ it on a daily basis. That's when I actually went from being a swing into an intraday trader, because I was actually a swing trader. But I was like, what, the trade frequency of being a swing trader sucks, because you have to wait for I don't know, like let's say a day, 2 days, 3 days to get an opportunity. So I was like, what, the same thing that I'm doing, let me try to increase my trade frequency. That's actually by me moving to a smaller time frame, your 5 minutes or 15 minutes to get increase, because on this way, that means that take profits can hit like literally within the same day. And I was like, what, let me just go for it, why not? And I backtested, seen it work, and then I applied it into US30 only, and also DEX. Nasdaq now and then, now because it's a bit more too volatile for me. But your US30s, I love them. I understand it. all these pairs are volatile, to be honest, but I understand the volatility of, US30, your DEX, and all these indices that actually were able to help me out along my journey. So those are things that I focus a bit more on. That's when I actually came up with also the 0 to 6 figure blueprint course, because I touch more too deep about these specific indices. And not only that, but also, just as a whole, I was able to teach new things to, my team, my Forex Chasers 2.0 members. During live sessions, I was like, you know what, guys, let's see, this is amazing. Take a look at this. This is actually how I break down things. This is how I see the markets. Wow, this is actually a breakthrough for me. Like, have you ever experienced or seen yourself experience a breakthrough? Within a breakthrough, it feels amazing. So that's actually one of the things that I've been through. It's almost like I experienced a breakthrough within a breakthrough. So I couldn't believe that, but I'm still pushing till this day. Just yesterday I closed negative, I think maybe $400, $500. I'm not too sure about that. From what I think GPJPY, because I love GPJPY too. I closed it, and I'm confident with it, because just a few days ago, not last week, I closed like over $1,800, somewhere around there, from like these pairs. So it's actually like a win-win-win-win lose-lose, win-win-win lose-lose situation. I'm now confident with that. I can see people losing money and then they act like shit. It's the end of the world. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and all these things. But it doesn't really have to be that way. So I hope that you did like this. I hope that you did get to hear the mindset, because me sharing these videos, it's actually about it's helping you on the mindset side of things, not only on just the trading. There's a lot of trading videos. That's one thing you should know. Just by going down on my channel, there's a lot of trading videos, strategies, support, resistance, trend lines, and all these things. But now let's focus on the mindset. Once you get your mindset ready, once you get it on the positive side, you're gone. So just make sure that you do like, make sure that you do subscribe, make sure that you do share with friends and family, just so they can also be able to get this video that you're getting. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Let me enjoy my day with my beautiful lady.